because you don't have to get down on your hands and knees anymore to weed. I mean, I remember as a young girl, my dad would pay my brother and me a penny for every dandelion we dug up with the actual roots. You couldn't just, like, you know, cut it off or pull the head off, you know what I mean? And I think we each got about 50 cents at the end of the time.
It's a lot of work.
We were on our hands and knees the whole time.
Exactly.
Now you've actually got a weeder. It's called Nisaku stainless steel weeder with a 4-foot wooden handle. And look how it even gets between the pavers. Sean Pickford is here to tell us all about it. It's almost like sweeping those weeds away.
Yeah, it does.
That's crazy.
It does so many different things, whether it's big weeds, small weeds, whether it's in the garden, whether it's chopping them down, whether it's getting into the nooks and crannies between the pavers or the sidewalk, whatever it might be. And like you said, you don't have to get on your hands and knees.
Right.
So it's nice long 4-foot pole, stainless steel serrated edge blade. It's got a little bit of an angle to it, so that if you want to chop things that you can. I mean, it really does the job. It never needs sharpening either. So it does a great job, whether you're trying to get up the, as you said, the dandelions with all the roots, or you're chopping at the big stalks of things that are growing, or just a little growth that's in between the patio pavers.
Show me how it works. Let's take a look at it.
If you want to get down to get to the roots, I always take the point of it and go down in here and then go ahead and pop it up. So
that's
that
a good
way,
idea.
When you're getting in there, you can see the root ball there, that clump of dirt.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to get. If I just went in there and wanted to chop it off, the problem is I would leave the root ball there.
Exactly.
Now, some things are just surface things where you can do that, but again, you can go in, pop it up, and you want to get that whole root. You get everything in there, so this is not going to come back.
And it's interesting because it actually is angled in such a way that it's like whether you're cutting kind of from the bottom or you're digging with this tip, you
so
can do that.
If you want to chop, it's at the right angle, so you can go in and you can chop as well as go ahead and dig. And you can see, again, if you go ahead and you want to chop at the angle, you're still getting the root ball with what you're doing.
Wow.
Dandelions and stuff like that, where it's a little deeper, you can get down in there and really push down on it. If you wanted to, you could take and you could step down on this as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go ahead and pop that out.
Because sometimes you've got really hard dirt, you know, and you really need to be able to do that.
And then that's what you want. So you want to get down in there, because dandelions have that big long piece at the end, like your dad said.
Yeah.
I don't just want the top.
Right, I want the roots.
I want the roots.
And we were doing it with a knife and a fork.
Yeah. I mean,
as I recall.
And this is so much easier because the way you're standing, the way you're positioned. I love it for the pavers here, because that's actually my walkway at home. And I've tried everything to get rid of that stuff, and it comes back year after year. This does the job. I just walk along, I go ahead, I can get down in between the nooks and crannies, and it doesn't remove the sand that's in there in your pavers, so you don't have to re-put sand in them. It just gets down to the root and gets rid of the weeds.
Cuts, slices, scrapes, sweeps, you name it. And here you're looking at the videotape and you can see, you know, the thing is also, you know how you have your bed and you've got mulch and maybe you don't even want to be walking in there. Because you've got a 4-foot stick, you can be kind of like standing on the sidewalk and still getting into the mulch from quite a distance, you know?
That's it. I mean, there may be sticker bushes, there may be things you have to reach into. So you may be working with poison ivy, poison oak that you're cutting at.
I hate that.
So if you're on your hands and knees and grabbing it with your hands, now you're getting it. With this, because of the 4-foot pole, you don't have to get anywhere near those poison weeds you're working with.
Imagine I'm standing on a sidewalk and that's like behind the bush kind of thing that may be out there. And I can still dig it and lift it and go right in, even though, and I'm basically 4 feet away from that weed here.
And I love the angle on it too, because then it allows you to go in there and chop at things. So if it's a bigger root, you can do that. And it's a heavy-duty serrated stainless steel blade. So it's never going to rust, never going to corrode. The pole is all varnished, so it's not going to splinter in your hands. Traditional shovels, they don't put any finish on them. After a while, if you're not wearing gloves, they start to splinter. So if you run your hand up and down on it, you'll get a splinter in there. You don't have to worry about it with this because of the design, the way it's made.
And of course, Nisaku is known for their stainless steel. And that's what they're, you know,
Japanese
that's what this
blades
is all
are some of the best blades you can buy, and that's what Nisaku's all about. Stainless steel blade with the right angle. It never needs sharpening, so you can cut, chop, pry, whatever you need to do to get rid of those weeds. And I love that you don't have to be on your hands and knees. I can get down there to weed, but after about a half hour trying to get back up, it's brutal.
And the knees just don't want to work.
No.
Here's the thing. Again, look how far away I am, and I'm
Right.
actually, my weeder right there is right in the middle of this. I don't even know how big that is. That looks like it
Yeah, it's a
probably
that's a
about
5-foot box.
5 foot. So my stainless steel is right in the middle, and look how far away I am from it.
The other
So
cool
you could
thing
be
too is
using
for
it.
all you gardeners out there, if you want to plant seeds and stuff in a row,
Yeah.
you can turn a little bit of an angle. So
Ooh.
look how I can dig this out. So now you can
idea.
go ahead and take your seeds, sprinkle your seeds in there,
Right.
then just go back over
Sweep
and
it
cover
over.
it right back up.
Ooh, I
So
like it. This
there's
is
so
the
many-
Nisaku stainless steel weeder with the 4-foot handle on it. Look at the price tag. It's $49.76, but you're gonna have this probably for decades. And that's the brilliance of having it, and having the right tool
Well-
makes the job so much easier.
It really does.
Well,
It saves your knees.
Sean, I'll see you with the Aqua Joe in just a little bit. Right now, though, here's Mr. Dan to tell you something else.
Have you ever heard of a plant called glaucape? It actually means blue hat. And it is a gorgeous